down in the car. One time give it all. Bust it open hard. Let me see you job. Get down in the car. One time give it all. Bust it open hard. Let me see you job. I fucked up this hustle, baby, we hustle. What the
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Lurker live on YouTube.
I fucked up this hustle, baby, we hustle. What the
That's when you reign supreme, oh. You got to be there. That's when you reign supreme, oh. Oh, yeah, yeah. One, two, three, into her four. Something ass, bitch. With Lurker. Something ass, bitch. With Lurker. 1, 2, 3, into her four. She thinks of herself as a nothing ass motherfucking bitch. Bitch, nothing ass, bitch. With Lurker. Nothing ass, bitch. With Lurker. Nothing ass, bitch. Nothing ass, bitch. You got to be there. You got to be there. She thinks of herself as a nothing ass motherfucking bitch. Bitch.
Grand Rising family. Gather in. I won't be up here too long today. Just a quick in and out. And getting back in the algorithm, making sure my notifications are going out. Ooh-wee. Hey, 504 Grand Rise, Queen Sister. Hey, Mama. Hey, baby. Well, y'all see the title. We about to meet the Karen who caused the Hyundai raid. Okay. And let me just play a little snippet and then I'll chit-chat with y'all. Let me open up my screen. Hold on. We gonna let this I miss you too. Thank you for being here, baby. Thank you for being here. Okay, y'all. Is my screen up? My screen is up. Let me take this down. Good to see you. Y'all know the rules over here. Hit the down like. Amen. And I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. Let's get into it. And it's saying my service, the what's it called? It's saying my signal is low over here on StreamYard. StreamYard is doing what it always do, acting up, but that's okay. So this lady here, y'all heard about the Hyundai raids in Georgia, I'm sure. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing at this goofy lady on my screen. I put her name as Karen because even though we are on the N.A.B, I'm not big on the doxing and all that thing, but it looks like up here she got her little government name. Let's go over to her page, y'all. Hold on. This her page. She been battling for dear life. She had to turn the comments off. She had a lot going on. But let's listen to this first, and then we'll discuss a little bit. So if you don't know, well, actually, let me come over here. In case y'all don't know what's going on with the Hyundai raids, let me give you a little something.
Tonight, growing fallout over the massive immigration raid at a Hyundai facility near Savannah, Georgia. South Korea's foreign minister responding to the raid, saying he was deeply concerned by the operation. South Korea ordering all-out efforts to respond to the arrest, including preparing to dispatch diplomats to the Georgia facility and to Washington. DHS officials saying they arrested 475 workers, mostly South Korean nationals, the largest single-site enforcement operation in Homeland Security history.
We are sending a clear and unequivocal message that those who exploit our workforce, undermine our economy, and violate federal laws will be held accountable.
President Trump backing the raid.
We want to get along with other countries, and we want to have a great, stable workforce. But we had a lot of illegal aliens working there. So, look, they're doing their job.
And experts warning the raid could increase tensions between Seoul and Washington after South Korea pledged some $500 billion in U.S. investments.
This is going to have an impact on U.S.-Korean economic relations. And the question is this a major setback, or is this something that both sides can work through professionally?
Hyundai saying none of those detained were directly employed by the company and vowing to conduct its own investigation, adding it has zero tolerance for those who don't follow the law. And tech giant LG, which is based in South Korea and had 47 of its employees detained, announced it's suspending business trips to the U.S. Jose?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated.
So that's what happened in Georgia, for those who didn't know. Yes, we need to catch up, 504. We need to do a phone call, mama. We sure do. So for those of y'all who don't know, that's what happened. Okay. And when was this? This was just a couple days ago. This was just, 2 days ago, maybe, if that. Well, the lady who put in the phone call, let's just listen to her. Let her tell it, family. Okay, let's listen to this lady. I called her a Karen. I called her a Karen for a reason, not for making the call, but just for the way she thinks. Because I went through her little page and I followed her real quick before she put her page on private. Because sometimes they be putting their pages on private. But here we go.
So there were 452 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. And I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE. But it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes 5 families deep, have no quality of life. It's modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? Politicians have really screwed these people, because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel. And that's just not how it is. It's very bad conditions, very inhumane. And the Biden administration started a humanitarian crisis. So y'all can't just look at it like they're ripping good people off the job. They're probably saving their lives in the long run. So there were 4.
Okay. This is her. Now, nobody pulled her arm. Hell, I don't even know if you call ICE, if it's do they make it anonymous or not. But I don't think anybody would have known if Miss Tory was the one who called. However, she took it upon herself to go to TikTok to tell us she's the one who called. And then, as you heard, family, hey, Vicky, Grand Rising Vicky. Vicky, I thought you had a wrench over here. Everybody get wrenches on the N.A.B. I thought you had a wrench. Maybe you did and I took it or something. Okay, let me come over here and wrench you up, mama. Okay, so anyways. Dang, how do you do it? Oh, right here. Oh, they switched it up over here. Okay, there you go, Vicky. There you go, mama. Okay, so as we hear this lady tells us, no, again, there was no gun to her head. She just felt like, hey, I got a TikTok. Let me get up here and tell on myself. And let me tell you why I did it. It was because they were getting paid, according to her, quote unquote, slave wages. First of all, slaves don't get paid. Slaves don't earn wages, but okay. Slave wages. She said they were living in homes with 5 families deep. How does she know this? I don't know, but we'll find out. We'll find out. There's more to come. You see, there's plenty of videos over there. She also says that they're paying off their handlers. They're paying off their handlers. What else does she say? That they're sending money back home. I mean, typically, and I don't want to stereotype immigrants, But typically when you are from another country and your immediate family is from another country and you've moved here, whether you were born here or, got here when you were 2, it is almost custom for immigrants to send money back home. I mean, I grew up in a very multicultural state where a lot of people were immigrants and they sent money home. Not only did they send money home, they would pack up barrels, they would pack up clothing items. I've even seen people pack up Tupperware to send back home. So let's carry on. So she turns off this. I'm keeping her a Karen for now. She turns off her comments. Okay, y'all see, she turned off her comments. She couldn't take the heat. It was a little too much. She got 1.1 million views on that, and she's got some pretty decent views over here on TikTok. But let's go nut. Here she's got more. Here we go.
The only people that are mad about this raid in N.A.B, Georgia at the Hyundai mega site are probably people that don't pay taxes, because in 2022, when they signed the agreement to bring that plant here and build it, they were given $32 million in tax breaks to employ Georgians, and they didn't. The Georgians never were hired temp to permanent. They had more of the people apprehended yesterday were Korean. They either were here illegally, overstayed their visas, or it was illegals working for the contractors and on the site. So they got all these tax cuts and never created jobs for Georgians. They get EPA tax cuts, never had any plans for well infrastructure or water. So the water they're using is in turn drying up farmers' wells. And all these surrounding counties are like, well, we have money put back in case we need to put in new wells. Well, who does that fall back on? The taxpayers. And how many cattle or crop have to die before they get it put in if they have to go in and put in those backup wells? It's not benefiting Georgians. And if you're a taxpayer, it should piss you off. You shouldn't be defending it. The only people that are mad about this raid.
All right, Miss Tori. Okay, I will give you some credit for this little clapback. Now, if she would have left it here, we'd be good. Okay, I don't agree with the first reasons, but this right here, I understand. Mind you, this is a $1 billion company. So 36 million in tax cuts kind of seems hand in hand, on par. It seems on par. I understand the EPA. I understand them not hiring locally when they were incentivized to do so. Okay, I'm with you. Sounds good. I'm with you on that. I don't know if I would go as far as calling ICE. But if you're not being heard, I don't know if this lady is a city council member. I did hear, now this is through the rumor, we're going to walk through it all. I did hear that she's wanting to be on the bracket to run for some type of city office over in Georgia. So here we go.
When the Biden administration allowed people to freely walk across our border, they created a humanitarian crisis. I watched people literally drown in the Rio Grande. Their bodies were stuck in body bags. Their feet were printed because it's easier to tell height and weight. They were thrown into holes in the cemetery, and their footprints were given to Border Patrol just in case anybody were ever to come look for them and they could match them up. It created a humanitarian crisis. These people can't speak English, can't watch American news, don't understand American politics, come over here thinking they're going to get an apartment and they're going to get this better life. And all they're doing is putting them 5 families deep. They're in inhumane conditions at their jobs. They're getting paid slave wages, sometimes not even paid. And I think the politicians and the corporate people from the top down should be held accountable for that. They need to start holding the corporations and the people who hire illegals accountable, because they've created a humanitarian crisis. And yes, Americans will work. They're just not going to work for slave labor. And the people that own these businesses and corporations, they want to get these tax cuts, but they want to pocket most of the money. And I'm sorry, that's just not working for us here in Georgia.
It is not working for them there in Georgia. I am not a Georgia resident. Let's read her. I don't know if you guys can see it. Again, like I said, StreamYards is being funny, talking about service. Mind you, we're in Texas, so there is some storms brewing. I'll be anticipating some flooding coming up this week. But anyways, back to this. This is what her this is what it says for the title of her thing of her video. It says, "I've been to the border 3 times. Let me tell you what happened to some of the illegals who drowned in the river." You've been to the border 3 times? I would like her to dive deeper into that. What part of the border? What side of the border? Were you on the state side or were you on Mexico side? What were these body bags? What part of the Rio Grande? Where was this? And how do you know? But let's carry on.
Here's what the liberals will not tell you, and that is that over 300,000 migrant children are missing, off the grid, gone. 40,000 never showed up for their asylum hearings, and 22,000 have been rescued by the Trump administration.
Is this bitch playing Michael Jackson in the background? Is that Michael Jackson I hear in the background? All right, family, let's go. Yes. Hey, Jerome. Jerome is in the house. Watch your mouth. Ooh.
Just since February, because ICE and DHS and the FBI went and banged on doors looking for children that were missing, because DHS under Biden didn't even vet their sponsors that they were turning them over to, and they were turned over to the cartel, gang members, traffickers, bad people. And God only knows if there's politicians involved in it. But the Trump administration has saved over 22,000 children. And you might ask, well, where are the children going after they're rescued? Well, they're either put into good supervised foster care or shelters while they continue the immigration process, or they're reunited with their families. And they're safer because they are not in the hands of people that haven't been vetted. Here.
Interesting. So I wonder, is she a foster care mother? Does she do any type of rehabilitation or rehabilitating these people? We're going to look into you, mama. We're going to look into you. But right now, this is just an introduction. We just want to know.
The biggest crock of shit I've heard so far since the Hyundai plant in N.A.B, Georgia was raided was that the Koreans and the illegals will do jobs that Americans can't do or won't do. Well, that's bullshit, because there were union workers out there who weld, who are safety certified, who are skilled, who those people for decades have built this country. The union and laborers built this country, but they don't want to pay skilled American laborers that are safety certified because it costs them too much. They want to hire illegal labor and people on H-1B visas from foreign countries because they save money. Yet they give them millions of dollars in tax cuts for allegedly creating jobs for Georgians. That never happens. But they shit all over our skilled laborers because they would have to pay them more, even though they are skilled and safety certified. They would rather pay $150,000 OSHA lawsuit like they did with the guy that died on the forklift out there. That place was one big accident waiting to happen. So the contractors, the corporations will hire illegal labor over Americans, not because Americans won't do the job. It's because the Americans are skilled, safety certified, and they know their worth. So they would rather just pay these OSHA lawsuits when people die. It's just ridiculous. The biggest.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. See, I have something I want to say about this. Well, let me run this one back. Hold on. Let me make sure I heard her right. Let me run this back.
Crock of shit I've heard so far since the Hyundai plant in N.A.B, Georgia was raided was that the Koreans and the illegals will do jobs that Americans can't do or won't do. Well, that's bullshit, because there were
That's not really bullshit. That is not really bullshit. But okay.
Union workers out there who weld, who are safety certified, who are skilled, who Those people for decades have built this country. The union and laborers built this country.
The union and the laborers built this country? Okay. This is why I'm just going to keep it about. We're on the N.A.B. channel. Y'all come on in. And by the way, you don't have to drop down if you want to, but I sent this link out to a loved one, a special loved one. So if you're in the bushes, hi, I love you. And you can turn it off because I do a little cussing over here. We do a little N.A.B. That's why I said it's my backup channel. Okay. There will be no prim and proper over here. This bitch here is living off some fucking white privilege. Girl, what the fuck are you talking about? Who started the unions, mama? Who started the unions? The mafia. The mafia. The immigrants started the union. What? And then I've heard that the people that were deported were under work visas, but we heard this lady said that they were expired. We're going to get to the truth. This woman right here, by herself. Now, I will get into the ICE aspect in a second, but this woman right here single-handedly has South Korean diplomats flying over to the States to get their people, to see what the fuck is going on. I heard that it was skilled engineers that were on work visas. I don't know how true this is. Like I said, this is a lot of information to start to come out. Baby, what is she talking about? Who started the union? People have been, I'm not bragging about this. This is the dark side of America. Yes, there is a great American dream that has been overhyped, but it is still obtainable to work hard on your own. But now the American dream is to make enough to pay taxes, basically. Yeah, you can buy a home, but are you able to maintain the taxes of it, the insurance of it, the upkeep of it? So, yes, but America, the dark side of America is we have always had slaves. We have always had immigrant workers to do what we call cheap labor. We call them hands. And we bring them over on work visas. So that way, when OSHA does come through, or the EPA does come through, they're able to say, here's their paperwork. Unless you're paying off OSHA, which we know has been known to be done, but they've got some paperwork, period. So I'm confused on what she's talking about. But again, I think this is coming from a white privileged individual. These are my personal opinions. These are my personal opinions. If you don't have immigrant parents, if you don't have ancestors of slaves in your family and you're here in America, then you're already 2 steps ahead of the game, baby. Come on now. America was built on immigrants, y'all. We had people trying to escape the fucking hierarchy bullshit that Europe had going on. We had indentured servitude. We had flat out slavery. We had people, women with no rights, considered second-class citizens. So if you don't know, then we're a very young country. So I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. But let's move on, family.
I just want to say thank you to all the numerous people.
Uh-oh, we got another video with the comments turned off. Let's go.
Who have trolled my phone and my campaign website and made threats. You're really showing me exactly what I thought you were anyway.
Oh, look, they got her name. Y'all, family, zoom in. Zoom in, family. They got her name. I guess they're out there protesting. They got her name up here. Called Georgia. Oh Lord, not y'all out there protesting. And look, it looked like it's a white person holding up the sign too. It be your own kind, Tori, don't it? It be your own folks, don't it, Tori?
Let me be clear. Most of y'all don't even know the difference in what Congress and Senate is. You don't know when the primary is. And you also don't realize that I'm in a hard Republican district. 22 counties, only one is Democrat. So if you're going to threaten that I'll lose my race because y'all want to cry on the internet and harass people, well, I simply won't. And this lady gave me great advertisement. I'm just glad she knew how to spell correctly. What it should have said is Tori Branham believes in following the law. Yes, my face is all over Reddit, Korean news, TikTok. I'm getting harassed, and I'm unbothered because I stand on my truth. So y'all need to learn when you're going to harass a political candidate exactly what that means. And you're really just doing me a favor with the advertisement. But another thing, as I said, I contacted ICE and I spoke to the agent. I didn't say I was the sole reason that the raid happened, but I'll double down. I'm glad it happened because I probably saved lives of people that worked out there. And like I said, we
Saved lives of people that worked out there. Girl, you got diplomats coming to our country.
those of you
And that, let me go back here. Let me go back to this one. This is the video that made me really be like, oh, she's a Karen. And I don't know if it was her tone of voice, the condescending tone. And she's like, yeah, I'm the one that called ICE and I spoke to an agent, but I'm not the sole reason. But again, and I haven't checked Reddit. I've just been on Twitter and TikTok. So I'll dive deeper into Reddit and see who this really is. Because I heard she was running for some political seat in Georgia. All right, but it was just her tone, condescending. Yep, I did it. I'll do it again. And then she doubled down on the families 5 deep. Like, how does she know this? I mean, maybe she's working with some secret intel. Maybe somebody went undercover, deep state Georgia undercover. And I mean, let me say this. If I wasn't such an introvert and a germaphobe type person, I would live five families deep in one home. You know how much money we would save if we had 5 fucking families under my roof? What? The crowd, the housing crisis, the overworked, underpaid government employees, the way you have to have $5 billion to even get a loan for a house that's overpriced, that is in a neighborhood that's overtaxed. Why the fuck wouldn't you want to live 5 families deep? What? Why are we frowning upon that? Why are we frowning upon that? But again, if you are white privileged in America, that shit makes no sense to you. That shit makes no sense to you. But okay, this is who's running for office in Georgia. She's not going to go far because I don't think Georgia's really happy with her. I don't know. Next.
Those of you harassing me over this whole raid at the Hyundai plant don't realize how excruciatingly funny you are trying to harass me. Okay. For one, I got signed up to go to a Mormon baptism. I got signed up to sponsor an LGBTQ parade in Atlanta.
What did she say? Hold on, run this back. What did she say? A Mormon baptism and the LGBTQ parade? Girl.
For one, I got signed up to go to a Mormon baptism. I got signed up to sponsor an LGBTQ parade in Atlanta. I got asked to sign up for life insurance. I got signed up for an anti-racism course. And, you know, it was really sad that the way y'all make your living is getting paid by Craigslist to harass people. A bunch of basement.
Oh, she's saying that's what people have signed her. That's what the trolls have signed her up for. Listen, Georgia just wants to make sure you're doing your part as a political affiliate. Amen. Amen.
Well, most of y'all don't even live in this state because I have your location and the situation is being monitored. And if you post pictures of my kids and make threats, well, it's going straight to the FBI. So I'm just telling you, you might not want to do that. But I'm sitting over here laughing at how ridiculous y'all are. And don't waste your time with me.
Oh, she told y'all don't waste your time. Yeah, she was saying that. Hey, hi Rico. Hi Love Bug. Let me come over here. Let me rinse you up, baby. Hi Rico. Love you. Let me switch accounts. Okay, but let me get back to y'all while I get Rico his wrench. Yeah, she needs some. This is from Jerome. This is from the comments. Jerome says she needs some dick and to get out of people's business. I agree. I couldn't do it. I like my space, says Jerome. Jerome, I like my space so as well. That's why I said me being an introvert and a germaphobe, I don't even know. I have a hard time being around other people. Yes. But if push comes to shove, nigga, I'm just gonna have to be introverted like at the park or something. Like if push comes to shove and I gotta make ends meet and we trying to stack, like if we trying to stack $2 million in a year, why wouldn't I, hunker down for 12 months and do that if I knew I'm walking away with, my share at the end of the day? Like, please, it can be done. And that's how some of these immigrants move. That's how they move. They're in a country where they don't know nobody. At least the people that they're living with are from their home country. They cook the same, they clean the same, they can't afford it. I mean, there's only one person that's been in the States so long. I mean, no, it's not something I would like to do personally, but when push comes to shove, you got to do what you got to do. Yes, that's what she was saying, y'all. Super introverted. Let me come out. Hold on, I got to log into my N.A.B. account. Hold on, let me come over here and get baby rich up. There you go, baby. So this is it. But again, that's why I titled this Let's Meet the Karen, because to me, it's giving Karen energy. It's giving white woman audacity. It's giving, I don't know the struggle of the real American dream. I ain't ever had to chase it. But again, I don't know her story. This is my first interaction with this woman. This is my first impression of this woman. So I don't know. Maybe she did get it by her bootstraps and, get it out the mud. Maybe she did. And maybe that's why she takes it so serious about hiring immigrants. I'm unfamiliar with her game. But we'll see. Like I said, this is just an introduction and I won't be here all day. Hi, baby. How are you? How was your weekend? Oh my gosh, you already know I am. You already know. You already know. Come on, Vicky, what you say, mama? She said, exactly. She's going to have to be sign up for one or two of these to get votes, in my opinion. She will have to cater to some groups she wouldn't necessarily support, but she will find out. Well, look, they already got her. Like she said, she getting free advertisement. Y'all are just giving me free. This is what the haters are doing. Okay. Well, these paid. Now they're paid. Paid agitators. I guess she thinks she's something special. The Democrats, they got money to go after her. Maybe they do. I don't know. Crazier shit's happen. Where's Godmama? Get your tinfoils hat on. I wouldn't be surprised. But girl, what? Let's listen in, family.
Those of you harassing me over.
Oh, we listen this time.
I love how y'all say, oh, she's doubling down. She's reneging on what she said. Listen, I stand on business. And when I say something, I don't back down from it. This isn't a pissing contest. So for all you people from out of state harassing me 24 hours a day, coming to our state protesting about shit you don't even understand, let me break it down for you. I didn't know anything about the Korean aspect of the raid. I didn't realize that 300 of the people working at the LG battery site inside the Hyundai mega site.
Okay, let's get to it. She said she didn't realize. Y'all remember, family, I was asking, how does she know this? How do you know this, Karen? How do you know that these people were, she said they were paying. We're going to go back to her original video at first to listen to what she says. But let's rewind this. You know what? No, fuck that. We're going to listen to all this and we're going to go right back to her original video. She didn't know that they were Korean. She didn't know this. Girl, what is wrong with you? What you say, Jerome? She need to get out of people's business. What Jerome say? Where it at, Jerome? She needs some dick and to get out of people's business. Because, bitch, what I know, this is what, the 8th or 9th video we done scroll through, and she barely coming out talking about, I didn't know they were Korean. I didn't know. Look, now she all dark in the car looking sketched out. Oh, no, mama, I thought these were paid agitators, right? Keep this same energy you had right here. Keep the same energy you had right here. It's the liberals. It's the paid agitators. I didn't know they were Korean, but you know they living in a household 5 families deep. You know that they're sending money back home. You know that you went to the Rio Grande and saw body bags. Let's listen.
I love how y'all say, oh, she's doubling down. She's reneging on what she said. Listen, I stand on business. And when I say something, I don't back down from it. This isn't a pissing contest. So for all you people from out of state harassing me 24 hours a day, coming to our state protesting about shit you don't even understand, let me break it down for you. I didn't know anything about the Korean aspect of the raid. I didn't realize that 300 of the people working at the LG battery site inside the Hyundai mega site were either working on expired visas or didn't have proper visas. And now they're being flown home on a cushy plane, according to the Trump administration and their country. And their country and the Trump administration are going to figure out what they need to do to rectify the situation. Now, as far as the other 172 who some reported, including myself, they were being hired by American subcontractors after they pushed the unions out who were safe, who know how to do their jobs. And they were paying them like $7.50 an hour. They were holding out money saying, well, you've got to pay this fee or you can't stay here, working 6 or 7 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, pardon me, and horrible working conditions, which there are videos of. You can actually go look at some of the Savannah news channels and Google some of the stuff on that and you'll be able to find it. But you guys are coming here protesting, saying your neighbors, they're not your neighbors and it's not your tax dollars that's paying for it. Okay, we don't like slave labor around here. And this is what we voted for. And as far as my campaign, well, I'm in a hard Republican district, 22 counties, 2 partial counties. Only one of them is Democrat. So you can stop with that buzz right now. We do the right thing. This is what we voted for. I stand by that. And I stand by, we don't hire illegals and slave labor in this country. We hire Americans. I love how y'all say.
I'm on mute. No, the fuck we don't. Again, in the history of America, y'all, we are a very young country. This lady is fucking ridiculous. Oh, I'm about to just go in on this goofy bitch. No, in the history of America, we have always had slave labor and we have always had immigrants. She keeps calling them illegals. I, again, grew up on a border state in a border city where you can legally walk to work in America from Mexico. You can legally walk to work. California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. These people cross the border. These wonderful, hardworking people cross the border to work here. We have always been that country. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. Now she's bringing up the counties, 22 counties. We only have 1 Democrat. We only have that. Well, yeah, we're fighting zoning and redistricting laws and all this other. We know. But mama, and then she said something about, well, 170 of them were blah, blah, blah. Girl, this is Honda. This is not backwoods marijuana. It's not like they raided some weed camp, okay? This is Honda. Now, I do know a lot of corporations skip corners. Yes, they do. But this woman has caused international strife. She talking about she didn't know Koreans. I didn't know. That's your fucking problem. That's your fucking problem. That's my problem sometimes as well. I've been known to fucking put my foot in my mouth. Not to this degree. That's why I don't be making too many calls. When people say, call so-and-so, call so-and-so, I don't have all of the details. And even with this live, I'm going to go back. I'm going to look up Savannah. She said Savannah. I'm going to look up the working conditions of the Honda plant. Y'all, I went to my bank Friday. My bank has no working AC right now. And it's been like 2 weeks or something. So I went in there throwing a fit. I said, dang, who y'all want me to call? And they were like, well, the HVAC guy was out here yesterday working all day and we still don't have it. So sometimes here in the world, not even just say America, there's going to be some uncomfortable working conditions. I know I'd be upset working in a freaking bank where you can't leave the doors open, can't have the windows open. Yeah, they had some fans, but you can't even have too many fans because you got paperwork and dollar bills to count. So you can't even have it super drafty like that. Again, that's why I called her a Karen. It's giving white privilege. Sometimes you go to work, and the circumstances suck. I know back when I was working bar, I know when I was back working fast food, back when I was doing my little thing, we ran out of ice. We ran out of soda. We ran out of blah, blah, blah. We got to go get tortilla chips. We got to go get ingredients from the grocery store. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Sometimes they ask you to pull overtime because yes, it happens. So I am going to look into the Hyundai factory over there in Savannah, Georgia, and let me see, because clearly she not getting whoever's giving this bitch intel. Oh, Lord. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised who gave her fucking intel. This shit is crazy. Yeah, I'm not telling on nobody if it don't have nothing to do with me or if I don't have all the fucking info. It sounds like she hates Mexicans. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Because now all of a sudden she's sitting in the dark. It looked like she in her car. Her mannerisms are not as confident or cocky. She's looking a little, concerned. But she's hoping that MAGA will come back her up. Have y'all ever tried to apply at a car dealership, by the way? Let me just throw this out here. Has anybody in this chat, how many I got in here? I got 7, 8 people. Has anybody tried to apply at a car dealership? I had a homegirl that worked for Jaguar. Okay. They did thumbprint, and I'm talking, this was back in this is like 2016, 2014. This is back. Okay. Decade ago. You had to be thumbprinted. You had to have, now I'm not talking no podink car dealership. I'm not talking about your little used car dealership. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about a well name brand car dealership. They run all your shit. They run all of your shit. So I don't think Hyundai was, this is just my opinion for right now. It is liable to change if new information is learned. I don't think Hyundai was hiring a bunch of fucking illegals, bro. I don't. I don't. Yeah, that's what I think. I think she just don't like the Mexicans because that was one of her first videos. I've seen body bags. She brought up the Rio Grande. What the fuck does the Rio Grande have to do with the Hyundai Center in fucking Georgia? Yeah, I don't think she liked Mexicans, right? It's coming across that way. Anyways, now she in the car. Looking scared. All right, what else she got for us, y'all? It looks like that's it. That's the end of her tell-all with the Hyundai situation. Wow, wow, wow. But I told y'all we going back to the very first one. Let's go. Because this is the last one, right? She didn't know.
I love how y'all say, oh, she's doubling down. She's reneging on what she said. Listen, I stand on business. And when I say something, I don't back down from it. This isn't.
She stands on business. And when she says something, she don't back down.
A pissing contest. So for all you people from out of state harassing me 24 hours a day, coming to our state protesting about shit you don't even understand, let me break it down for you. I didn't know anything about the Korean aspect of the raid. I didn't realize that 300 of the people working at the LG battery site inside the Hyundai mega site were either working on expired visas or didn't have proper visas. And now they're being flown home on a cushy plane, according to the Trump administration. And
that's a lie, because in this video over here, you absolutely said they had overstayed their work visas. And if they were expired, I mean, okay, cool. Redo them. Trump over here holding up the line with all these ICE raids and shit. Do you think of that, bitch? Did you think that these motherfuckers that are renewing fucking work visas are in a standstill? Here she go.
Families deep.
Here she go. This is her original family. Come on.
Have no.
Run that shit back.
Families deep. Families deep.
Oh, it won't do it.
Have no quality and good people off the job, probably saving their lives in the long run. Families
here we go.
Deep. Have no quality of life. Modern day slavery. Families deep. Illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. And I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE, but it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left.
And I don't know if I was on mute when I was talking shit, so I don't know if y'all heard everything I said earlier when I was switching videos. But you all heard her say she didn't know nothing about the Korea thing. She didn't know none of this. She didn't know that they were actually hardworking people that were sent here on purpose. She didn't know any of that. What did she say? What did she say?
I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE, but it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes 5 families deep, have no quality of life. Modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? Politicians have really screwed these people, because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel.
Is this bitch retarded? Is this bitch fucking retarded? Not every immigrant comes through, well, they do come through a border, but not a land border. Not every immigrant comes through Mexico or Canada, bitch. Some people fly here. Some people go straight to immigration when they land here. Not everybody comes up on a fucking boat through Florida. Like, some people actually fly here and go straight to school or straight to work, or they're doctors. They go straight to their job. Like, what? And I don't want to say she's retarded. Maybe this bitch is just not well versed on cultures and how immigration really works. Listen, Trump got these people confused. Yes, we did have our borders, the southern border was getting raided through. Yes, it was. I don't know. I did a show. Me and Godmama did a show about the immigrants. I didn't see a lot of Koreans. Now that I'm thinking back, because the Vice people did a whole show trekking the walk with them through the mountains and through this. There was some Asians, there were some Chinese, but I don't recall too many Koreans. Again, I'll be going back and fact checking a lot of this.
And that's just not how it is. It's very bad conditions, very inhumane, and the Biden administration started a humanitarian crisis. So y'all can't just look at it like they're ripping good people off the job. They're probably saving their lives in the long run. So there were 452 illegal.
Right. Right, Vicky. Yes. So, all right, we're going to okay. Listen, not everybody comes to the United States through the Rio Grande. I almost want to call her Becky. Karen, Becky. Yeah, I don't think she's doing a lot of fact checking. And again, I will be going back to see what's going on in Savannah and what happened. But let's just look up a little bit of news clips and then I'm out of here. I got to go start my day. It's 9:35. I've got some weeds to kill. Ooh-wee.
To see this operation, the biggest of its kind taken in the second Trump administration, it is so striking and has hit such an emotional chord with a multitude of people here in South Korea. Quite astounded that not just one or two.
Y'all see that? They don't look like they got tore up jeans. They don't look dirty. This guy's pants are wrinkled, but you can expect that at khakis. Their shoes look decent. This guy's wearing glasses. Okay, so this happened September 4th. Okay. 4 days ago.
Or a few dozen South Koreans have been detained as part of this operation, but more than 300, a number confirmed by South Korea's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Well, the headline from here is certainly that South Korea's president, Lee Jae-myung, is getting involved in this matter, telling his officials that, quote, all out necessary measures should be done to support Korean nationals in this matter and to resolve it as fast as possible. Along those lines, the Minister of Foreign Affairs has said that if this situation isn't resolved, he could conceivably go to Washington, D.C., saying in part, quote, as we discuss this issue further today, we are also considering dispatching a high-level official to the U.S. to address the situation. Unclear at the moment what, if any, charges could be filed, will be filed, and how long will it take to release all 300 plus of these South Korean nationals. Again, hitting such a chord with people halfway around the world. To see
this is
more than 300 South Korean workers detained at a Hyundai plant in Georgia will be allowed to return to South Korea. That announcement coming today from the South Korean government after a deal was reached with immigration officials. The Hyundai plant was raided Friday by ICE agents. More than 300 South
Korea's government says it has reached a deal with the U.S. to release 300 of its citizens detained in a massive immigration raid at a Hyundai plant in Georgia. U.S. authorities said 475 people were detained in Friday's raid, and 300 of them were South Korean nationals. The operation targeted Hyundai's electric vehicle plant under construction in partnership with LG Energy Solution. Kang Hoon-sik, chief of staff to President Lee Jae-myung, said Seoul and Washington had finalized talks on the release and that a charter plane will bring the workers back once final paperwork is done. Footage from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement showed federal agents arriving in a convoy, lining workers up, frisking some, and shackling them before transport. The raid's timing, coming amid sensitive trade talks between Washington and Seoul, has sparked concern in South Korea. One South Korean newspaper warned it could have a chilling effect on the activities of our businesses in the United States. The White House defended the raid, saying it should not be seen as a threat to foreign investment.
Wow. Interesting. Well, that's my show for today. I won't be back tomorrow because I have a meeting or a group I have to go attend, a woman's group that I'm going to attend. So I might be back Wednesday once I get some more information on exactly what was going on over there at the damn Hyundai plant. Okay. She said these are the accusations. These people are being trafficked. Again, she's saying they live 5 families to one home. They're sending money back home. They're getting paid slave wages, which, again, I've never heard of a slave wage. Your life. That's your wage as a slave, is your fucking life. So I guess these people giving their life. And then Trump got the nerve to say, oh, no. This shouldn't be a conflict with, no. Keep bringing your companies here. These motherfuckers brought 26 billion to Georgia. And then I did read in one of her comments, she should have called OSHA. But like I said, maybe she did try and get a hold of these people and it wasn't enough for her. So, all right, y'all go tweak and geek on that. Y'all go find the rabbit hole for yourself. I did have some tweets I wanted to pull up, but it's already time. I got to go. So thank y'all for being here. I love y'all. Happy Monday. I'm going to leave y'all with these because I love them so much. And I'll see y'all on the flip side. Goodbye.
Get down in the car. One time give it all. Bust it open hard. Let me see you job. Get down in the car. One time give it all. Bust it open hard. Let me see you job. I fucked up this hustle, baby, we hustle, but
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Lurker live on YouTube.
I fucked up this hustle, baby, we hustle, but